jam-packed with series this week, and we're going to be talking about triplings. So, Em, I heard you got to see this a little bit, and this is season 3. Have you seen the other couple of seasons? Where does it pick up?
I haven't actually. I have not seen the other 2 seasons, but I read about them because I was going to interview Manvi Gagru, who plays Chandan in the series, and I had a chat with her. So just before that, I'd gone over the reviews of season 1 and season 2. So, as other TVF stories, TVF stands for the Viral Factory. It's a company that produces really nice shows, in conjunction with what they produce. Tripling is a slice of life story. It's a story of a family where the 3 brothers and sisters, every time there's a problem in the family or around them, they just get together and solve it. So the oldest brother is played by Sumeet Vyas, and his name is Chandan. And then in the middle is the sister played by Manvi Gagru. Her name is Chanchal, and the youngest is played by Amol Parashar, and his name is Chitvan. And 3 of them are grown up and they have their own lives and they live separately. Yet they kind of whenever the family's in trouble, they get together and resolve the problem as a unit. So they're very close to each other. They stand up for each other, even though they don't meet very often. So in this season is 5 episodes of around 25-30 minutes each, which really makes it bingeable. So it just gets done in a breeze. In this season, the season starts with a phone call being received by Chitwan, with basically telling him, hey, come back home, there's an issue. And they reach home only to find that the parents have decided to separate. And now these people need to get together and get the parents together. So they struggle with trying to get the parents to understand each other. And the parents are obstinate. They're like, we don't want to stay. We just want to separate. I want to go do some things in life that I haven't done. And he wants to do things in life he hasn't done. And we're just fine with it. And the children are heartbroken because they try a lot of tactics in getting the parents to talk to each other. So they're selling the house, they're wrapping up everything, and they're literally leaving, both parents in separate directions. So the 3 get together, and after a 35 years marriage, they don't know how to keep the parents together. So that's what they resolve in these 5 episodes, where the older brother, who's a writer, is trying his best to drive sense into his parents and getting them counseling and everything else, while the youngest is trying to play the emotional game. And the sister is a more balanced one, and she and her husband are there, and they're just trying to see how they can bridge the gap between the parents. I thought it was a very fresh take in the relationship between parents and children. So there's this entire scene where the younger one says, "How dare you do this to us? How are you breaking our family?" He asks his parents, and his parents are like, "We didn't ask you. When you wanted to drop out of school, we didn't ask you why. We gave you wings." The older one wanted to do several things in life, whatever he wanted to do. We didn't ask you, we gave you wings. We let you do what you wanted to do, and we even equipped you and edged you on. And the sister goes and marries somebody in the middle of the desert, and we didn't ask her questions. In fact, we just got there and supported you. What's preventing you children from supporting our dreams? Why do we have to be the parents? Why do we have to be tied down to each other just because you are expecting us to? We can still be a family even if your parents aren't married. So they show this entire lovely relationship between the parents where, they'd already separated 30 years ago. The marriage wasn't going well. They separated, but they didn't tell the children. And they stayed together so that the children are comfortable till they kind of figured out that now's the time for us to go travel or do things. So the father wants to go take his bike for a boys' ride, and the mother wants to travel and do her stuff. And they decided they're going to tell the children that, hey, we're separating, and we're here. So this is experimental, yet it was really well written. Where you see the children understand the perspective of letting go, and then the children become the parents. They actually enable the parents to go live their lives. So I thought it was a really nice take on the relationship of what we expect to offer parents, and how enchained our parents might feel because of what we expect of them, whereas it's not a reciprocal relationship, right? Where they give us wings, we need to enable them to lead their lives too, and be more than just parents, be individuals. So it was actually a good take. I liked it. I like the series. The performances actually held it together. The performances are fabulous, especially I have to say, the performance of Amol Parashar. Oh gosh, I loved the guy. Absolutely loved it. It's funny, quirky in parts. It's emotional, but it's a very well done series.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting take on, divorce in general too. A lot of what we see today in film media is a lot of, divorces where like the family's still pretty young, so the kids are still kind of young. And we also see like nasty versions of divorce as well, but we don't often see just like when a relationship dies out or when a relationship is just not really allowing both partners to kind of be a more, fuller self, especially if the children are already grown, out of the house, everything like that. And so I think
I thought it was a wonderful take on divorce, especially when they're parting, the husband and wife, they actually tell each other, okay, you do your thing. Let's meet somewhere in between. Let's not tell. They're still great friends,
yeah,
but they're just not in a relationship. So they tell
yeah,
each other, we'll meet somewhere and we'll hang out, but let's not tell the children.
yeah,
So I thought it was a great take on relationships. It was a fresh take on relationships.
yeah. Couldn't agree more. And with